Hey Nomads, happy Saturday. I wanted to chat with you guys about a home party I just did last night. It was awesome. It went so well. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through how I ran it, what I took, and I just want to show you guys, I have this one bag that I took. I have one bag. And the things that are in it, it wasn't everything I took because I took some prizes for the guests, and those obviously went home with the guests. So I want to share with you what I did from start to finish, to give you an idea. If you've been wondering about doing a home party, or if you have wanted to try it, you weren't sure how, I'm going to give you the tips of what I did. It was phenomenal. So I have a local friend here. She has never really tried Scentsy before. She's heard of it, knows a couple of things, and we've been talking about it for a while. So we finally set a date, and a couple weeks ago, before I left for Hawaii, is when I actually set up the link and the group for the party and started kind of just sharing a little bit, getting things out there. It was just kind of a slow roll because I knew things were going to be coming out and I could kind of keep people updated. She also has a lot of friends and family who are out of state, and so I knew that online shopping was going to be an option for some of those people. So I got it set up a little bit earlier than I probably would have. Since the party was last night, I probably would have set it up late last week, but I had her communicating with her guests and inviting people well beforehand to make sure that they could save the date on their calendar. And so what I took was, I actually asked one of my friends, Jen Audette. She is a super successful top leader, and she has been doing this for a lot of years. She is very successful with home parties and booking parties from parties. And so I told her that was my goal, was to make sure that I had bookings leaving the party last night. So my host initially had 10 people who were going to come, and then it ended up being 8. And then last night only 5 people showed up, but it was still amazing. So I'm going to share with you the tips that I learned from Jen, and then I'm also going to link her video too below because she's phenomenal. And if you don't know her, everybody should know her. She's just one of my favorites. So what I took last night, I actually already have it set up in my kitchen. I took the warmer of the month, which is our USA warmer, Let Freedom Ring, and then a bar of the Jam and Jubilee. And I actually took 5 cubes because it's such a large dish. I took 5 cubes and went ahead and set them in there and got it warming. I arrived at my host's house about 30 minutes before the party. And so I had been sharing on the VIP group, or I'm sorry, on her party group, just a couple things every couple days while I was gone to the incentive trip, and then getting people ready for the party and thanking people for their orders if they ordered in advance. And so I took the warmer and the scent of the month, and then I had just gotten my Inside Out collection in. I only ordered the bars, so the set of the emotion bars, and then Imagination, Welcome to Imagination Land. This is one of my favorites, by the way. So good. So I took all of the bars that I had. I took my testers. I didn't sort them out or anything. I took 2 entry boxes. So one was for if they booked a party, and one was for if they didn't book a party, so that there's options. And there was a lot of detail that went behind making these choices that Jen shares in her video too. And then I took a bag party in case anybody wanted to book a party and then have it right away. I took some lotion, some hand cream for them to try. I took Scentsy Fresh because that's one of my favorites. And then the prizes I took were so simple. 2 of the prizes were just a bar that I had on hand and a scent circle, put in a little cellophane bag and closed. And then the grand prize for the bigger winner was a small container of the washer whiffs, and a bottle of bathroom cleaner. And all of these things I have purchased using my host credits whenever I'm closing out of parties. So these things didn't cost me out of pocket except for maybe like the cellophane bag, right? So what I took for the guests were these lap boards. And so Jen talked about these, and you can buy the lap boards on their own, or you can, let me find one that's fully loaded. Or you can make them, and I chose to make them. I bought a bunch of 3-ring binders, and what I did was I cut just the front and back off. So I got 2 lap boards off of the 3-ring binders. So it was super cheap, and it has the pocket here in case you want to put anything in the back, but it has the pocket here so you can put everything in here for the guests. So what I included was a catalog for everybody, a warmer and scent of the month brochure with a rub and smell sticker, and then clipped to it. Oh, I also had an order form. I don't know where the order form here went, but I had an order form for everybody. I also have an enter my drawing slip. And it also has, I made sure that they filled it out fully, and then their interest, if they were interested in hosting their own party, getting their own free stuff, and if they were interested in the opportunity. So I could just kind of gauge their interest. So I asked them to fill them out fully, and then if they booked a party, they got to put it in the big one, and if they did not book a party, they put it in the small one. That's totally fine. So that was one opportunity to book a party with me. Another one is, you'll see this no peeking envelope in here. And so what Jen does with these is she writes, and I put little notes like, oh, tempting, right? I saw you peeking, I saw you looking. So I just put little fun notes too, so that if they did look, and the group last night did not peek. They were very good. They listened. I was totally expecting people to like, try and sneak. Anyway, so in here, what you do is you put your own personal special for when they book their party. So when somebody asks inevitably, like, what is the no peeking envelope? I'm really glad you asked. If you decide to book your own scent event, however that looks, then you get to open the envelope and see what your prize is for when we host your party. So at your party, you will get whatever prize is in there. And so when they choose to book their party, then they write their host's name so we know where they're coming from, their name, their address, phone number, email, and their party date. And then what they're going to get. So they just fill this out, give it back to me so I know I can add it to my calendar. I know exactly what prize that they have earned once they host their party, and they're set, good to go. So I try to keep them about $30 or under because I am going to be using my perpetual party reward to be able to gift them that little extra on me. Do what is in your budget. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be Scentsy. Okay, so my friend, I had these. This is another way to book parties. I gave these to my host last night, and she was wearing them as necklaces. And if somebody booked a party, her goal was to get rid of all 3 of these before the end of the party. And so if she got rid of all 3, then I promised her some fresh baked pretzel bites, because I make really yummy sourdough pretzel bites. And so it doesn't have to be Scentsy. It can be if you make things, something special that is unique that would be an amazing gift to receive. Or it can be Scentsy. It can be something extra like, hey, I saw that you had your eye on that tub of washer whiffs. I would love to gift that to you. And if you get rid of all 3 of these by helping your friends book their own party, that tub of whiffs is yours. So we did get one party booked last night. So this is one way to book a party. The no peeking game is a second way to book a party. And like I said, I let my friend know that was my intent. And so she shared her video, and all of these ideas are not my original ones, but they are phenomenal. So the other thing I took was my whiff box. I had just gotten this in the mail yesterday, and so I was able to take it to the party and showcase the whiff box and talk about it. Also, it allowed me to not take as many products additionally because it already came with a scent pack, pods, a mini fan diffuser, a bar of wax, and then I did end up bringing a couple other pod systems because these are one of my favorites. And I know a lot of these ladies work at a desk, have an office job. And so it was going to be simple for me to talk about, okay, you want instant fragrance in your face to scent your space. These are it. No mess systems. All of them are moms too, or pet owners. And so it was like okay, here's my favorite no mess system. Okay, so those were all the things I took. And then I played a game. I didn't really talk about the products much. I asked how much they knew about the products in general. And so one person knew a lot. So great. But then the rest of them were just kind of newbies. And so that was really fun. And I said, you can ask me any question. We played a card game. And what we did was, with the game, anytime they asked a question, they got a card. And they were point values. I made the aces and the jokers, because the joker cards are really fun. I made them worth 1 point each. So aces were 1, jokers were 1. Everything else was the point value on the card. Jacks, queens, and kings were 10. And so they got to earn cards by asking questions. And the first person to ask a question, the first brave soul, got a bonus card just as a thank you, right? So that kind of got the ball rolling. I invited them to ask me questions about me, about my Scentsy journey, about the products, about hosting their own party, about all of the things. And I gave them suggestions. I said, you can ask me about the last incentive trip that I earned, because I had my name tag on from our Hawaii incentive trip. And so I said, you can ask me about the last incentive I earned, or my favorite incentive that I've earned, my favorite trip that I've been on. And so every time they ask, we got cards passed out. I also got a couple deck of cards. I got a Disney deck, a Harry Potter deck, and one that was a traveling deck. So it had different locations, mostly around Europe, some in the States. And I did that because I have been to a lot of the places on the cards because of Scentsy. And so every time I was able to pull a card and hand it to them, I said, oh, Barcelona. My very first incentive trip I earned, we ported out of Barcelona. It was a Mediterranean cruise, and we got to spend a day and a half in Barcelona hanging out, and it was phenomenal. And so then I would hand the card. Or like Harry Potter. You guys know my love of Harry Potter. I showed them my tattoo. I said, we have a partnership with Warner Brothers, and it's amazing. And so on. All the things. There was even the Remy, the rat from Ratatouille. That card was there. And because we have the Ratatouille collection coming out soon, it was a simple, oh my gosh, Monday, guess what's coming? And so we played for about 10 minutes. Lots of questions were asked, and it was so fun. And when everyone was counting their points, I said, oh, wait, guys, I forgot to tell you, if you guys do decide that you want to book your own party, I'm going to give you 4 bonus cards right now. And so that was another opportunity to be able to encourage somebody to book their own party. So like I said, when all was said and done, I was able to book one party. Out of the 5 party guests, one was a mother and daughter, and so they just combined their order, and then there were 3 others. So I had 4 orders total last night that was over 500 PRV, and they had so much fun. They were such a great group, and every single person, I have little like sample bags. I have goodies. I made samples of the summer wax collection, and I knew I wasn't going to have enough for everybody for all 5 scents, so I just picked 3 different scents from my little samples. I put them in here. And then I gave them each a little cotton cleanup. And on here it just says cotton cleanup, wax changes made as easy as 1, 2, 3. It was just something simple that I printed off real quick so that they could understand what the cotton cleanup was for. But every single guest got one of these, and they placed their order. We talked about how long the link was going to be open if they had any friends who wanted to join in. I also gave a host gift to my host. I gave her a fragrance flower because that is such an easy giftable option, and I love showcasing that because people can have those on hand for an emergency gift, or like just ready to have to go if the occasion deems necessary, right? And so because it's its own system, and so all the guests were loving the fragrance flowers, and my host is going to share about it in the group today, so that reminding people like, hey, last night was so fun. If you weren't able to make it, or if you're not local, our link is going to be open for so long. Make sure you get your order in. And so I gave her that and the swipes because, again, I got them with rewards, so I wasn't out of pocket. I planned ahead for these things, and it's another system that she can use without having to have another setup, because ideally I want her to order with her rewards, like the waxes, the warmers, the pods, the fans, so that she can have full systems that she decides on, because it's not likely that people are going to know, like, okay, I'm going to order the fragrance flower or the swipes. We are not necessarily known for those products at this stage. And so that's why I wanted to gift those, because they're easy to show off, to demonstrate, and to gift. So those were all of the things that I had. Oh, I also had the body wipes on hand as well. But it was so simple, and it was great, and it was fun. It was so fun just being able to chat and give people fun little prizes and hang out and be social. And I pulled out the testers. I didn't let them smell any of the testers until we were done with the card game, because I wanted their attention. I didn't want them trying to sniff and look through the catalog and place their order as we were playing the games and getting the information, because you have a captivated audience at that point. So you can tell them whatever you want, right, when they ask these questions. And so I hope that was very helpful. But I just wanted to share how my party was successful because of my preparation and being willing to ask my friends how they find success. Please don't hesitate to ask for resources, videos, because there are so many consultants who are willing to share. Just ask, or search on YouTube, or search on Facebook, and the resources are there for you to use. But to be able to grow, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable and do things that you might not normally do. So I encourage everybody, if possible, book a home party. Have some fun, use what you've got, and make it simple. 1 bag in, 1 bag out. All right, dudes, I hope that was helpful. I will talk with you guys soon. Nomad Tribe, it's your move. Bye, guys.